Now, I know for some, the answer to this question is very simple. You fix everything. But for me, it's not that simple. I've heard your comments. It's time to do it. Let's talk about how you fix Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, but more specifically, how you fix it. Now, I should note that these are just personal things that I would change or tweak, and I'm not saying that it would objectively make the movie better. But to me, I think it would improve my experience. Halloween 3 is a movie that I have loved since I was a kid. I have video evidence here on YouTube of me defending this movie well over a decade ago. I think I was like 15, so it was like 15 years ago. I have been a day one supporter of this movie, and I will never ever change that. But that being the case, there are still things about this movie that I think could be changed to improve it. So let's talk about them. The first thing that I would do to fix Halloween 3 is actually really simple and something even as a small child I wanted to see. More Carnage. Now, I'm specifically talking about the Carnage with the masks. Look, the scene with Buddy Kupfer and his family is one of the highlights of this movie. Like, it just is. It is phenomenal. I love that scene. The fact that we go from this mask and this commercial, causing a mask to rot on this child's face and have bugs and snakes and everything else come out of it and then kill everyone in the room, is honestly one of the most demented things I think anyone has ever cooked up. And I love every second of it. This is incredible. I wanted to see more of this. One of the things about Halloween 3 is it's very ambiguous. It really is. But some of that ambiguity bothers the shit out of me because I wanted to see what it would have looked like if this had happened in multiple households across the country, because that's what was going to happen, right? Or maybe happen to Dr. Chalice. There's just a lot of places that the mind wanders to with that idea because you see that one scene and you're like, dude, I have to have more. Not to mention the little taste you get outside of that scene with Marge Gutman. Some giant ass bee hornet, whatever the hell that is, comes out of her mouth and you're like, bro, what? Like, I needed more of that. I love this movie, but I wanted more Carnage. The next fix with Halloween 3, and this has been something that has bothered me for a while, and again, it goes back to the ambiguity. I get it, but it still bothers me. More clarification on what happened with Ellie. Look, we see her get taken by Cochran's android goons, and then when she is reunited with Dr. Chalice, she is an android at that point, or we're at least led to believe that, because she doesn't have a line of dialogue from the point that they get back together again until the end of the movie. So she's an android. Okay, but when did that happen? How did that happen? Where is the real Ellie? These are questions that I've always had. Now, for some people, that makes this movie that much more interesting because it's not going to give you those answers. It is not going to tell you those things. It's going to make the mind wander. Maybe they go to safe places like, oh, she's probably fine, she survived, or they go to terrible places like, oh, Cochran killed her. Whatever it is, I kind of want to know. I want to know how he made this super sophisticated android of Ellie Grimbridge so quickly, and what happened to the real Ellie. Because I love Ellie Grimbridge, okay? And I just want her to be okay. The next fix with Halloween 3, and I think this would have only helped kind of understand the town of Santa Mira a little bit more, is getting to know more of the residents. Now, I get it. They're all recluses, you know. This is a very small town. They're probably all in on what Cochran is doing. At least it seems that way. Or they know that something's up and they just don't ask questions. But it would have been nice to dig a little bit deeper into that. Because when you get the homeless man talking to Dr. Chalice, it's one of the best scenes in the movie. Because he spells out to the audience, yeah, there's some nefarious shit going on up there. And I'm telling you what, something needs to be done. And then he's off quicker than he can eat his Cheese Whiz bread. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that. Get to know maybe some of the people that own these businesses, or maybe some more people that come to the hotel, or maybe Rafferty himself, although it does seem like Rafferty's in on it as well. The town of Santa Mira is just, I love it so much. There was a lot to mine there with the town of Santa Mira, and I hope that if we ever get a continuation in this universe, we focus on that town and how Silver Shamrock came to be. The next fix with Halloween 3, look, I'm just gonna say it. As much as I love this movie, this is bad. I don't care what anybody says. We had to do something else with Cochran. Okay, Stonehenge kind of igniting with the like microchip tag thing, whatever, totally fine, but like, the effect after he's like dead and turned to stone or whatever, dude, it's awful. It's really bad. And the face doesn't even look like Dan O'Hurley, like at all. It's just like this dude just like cheesing. And I'm like, bro, this is really bad. And I understand that that adds to the charm of Halloween 3 because it is a cheesy 80s sci-fi horror film. But I'd say pretty much everything else ages better than that one effect. So if I could go back and change one thing about Halloween 3, it is that damn effect. The next fix with Halloween 3 is a minor one, but like for me personally, it would have meant a lot. And that is keeping the events of Halloween and Halloween 2 canon. I don't see how that's an issue at all. This is a totally different town across the country. Michael Myers would have played absolutely no role in this, and to know that they existed in the same universe would have been cool. Unfortunately, even if that is your headcanon, it's explicitly called out in this movie that that's not the case, because they tell us, no, Halloween is a movie. And that's just kind of a bummer. Like, it wouldn't affect the story at all. It doesn't impact any of the characters or anything like that. But selfishly, for me, it would have been nice to be like, oh yeah, my favorite timeline is 1 through 6. But when you say that these days, some people are like, well, that doesn't count because Halloween 3 is not in that timeline. You know what? Semantics, damn it. But if they would have just not said it was a movie or just not addressed it at all and we could just assume it was part of the same universe, it would have gone over so much better for me. There's a lot of questions you could ask with Halloween 3. There's a ton, actually. How the hell did this all happen? How does that work? How did they get Stonehenge there? I don't care. I don't need the answers to any of those questions. That ambiguity really interests me. A lot about this movie has always really interested me. I love the ending. I love so much about this. This movie is just like a warm blanket for me. Like it is a comfort zone for me. Every time I go to this thing, I can do anything and just have it as background noise. This movie has become a part of my life. I love so much about it. But there are little things I'd tweak there, and I think if some of these tweaks were made, you might have actually had a movie that, I don't know, wouldn't have taken 20, 30 years for people to catch on to. Now, sure, there would have been backlash at the beginning anyway, because it's Halloween 3, but there's no Michael Myers. But you know what? Whatever. Just like with my previous video that I did for John Carpenter's Halloween, I really struggled to find fixes with this movie. And you'll notice that with the movies in this franchise that I love as much as I do Halloween 3, because there's just not a lot I would change, and some of it is nitpicky. Now, I would say in this one, there were definitely some more noticeable changes I'd make, whereas Halloween was probably just like, hey, can we get rid of a wrench? Look, I love this movie. I will always love this movie. I will always defend it for what it is. I love that it is not so misunderstood these days, but I just ask where all those people were all those years ago. But I want to hear down below in the comments section what you guys think. Do you think the fixes that I proposed for Halloween 3 would have made this a better movie? Or do you think it is perfectly fine and not a single thing needs to be touched about it? Whatever it is, I want to hear, so sound off in the comments section. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.